Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to get filthy stinking rich on the New World Fresh Start servers. So this video is only going to be relevant for the first like week or two, maybe first month of launch. But I'm going to show you the things that you need to do or you can do in order to like manipulate the market and make insane amounts of money. Or not really manipulate, but just things you can do to get ahead and the things that really matter for making just asinine amounts of money. I mean, like, I probably made 1 million coins in the first month, but I spent it all back in my professions back in the days. I played this game like 1,400 hours and I played like the betas and stuff. So here's what's going to happen, all right? So first day or two, the main thing you're going to be wanting to do is go mine iron, and you're also going to want to get saltpeter. Now, iron, a good place for that is Monarch's Bluffs. This whole area to the east of the settlement has a ton of iron. There's also a place south of Windsward by this fast travel. This whole area down here, brown zones tend to have a lot more iron than anywhere else. But those are the two like bread baskets of iron in this game for the early zones. And then saltpeter, you're going to want to go down to the starting zone in Windsward, and there's some in this cave. Or the other good farming spot is Everfall, way up in this spot right here. It's level like 18 or something, I think. And this cave has an asinine amount of saltpeter. I used to just go there on launch and just farm it all and then wait for it to respawn and then farm it all and just try to do it over and over again. Now, the reason you want these is because you're going to want to level up your engineering skill. And you'll be able to do that by making gunpowder, and then mainly just making gunpowder, yeah, and then just throwing it on the ground since nobody will want to buy it. You can try to sell it, but after a little while, it'll be worth nothing. And once you get your engineering up fast enough, if you get up faster than everyone else, you can make iron tools, which if you go down to the auction house, if you actually make good iron tools that have higher gear score than everyone else, you'll be able to sell them for way more. So if I look up like iron pickaxe, I don't know, whatever, pickaxe, let's just do pickaxe. Iron mining pickaxe, okay. Anyway, you go down here to like, once you start getting to the green ones, you know, once the gear score is actually better, you can charge more, and if you get ahead of the curve on these pickaxes and things, or different tools, you will sell them for a lot. Now, this is not really the best example. The real thing is going to be once steel, once there's a city right now, you gotta wait for the settlements to start upgrading, but once settlements start getting upgraded, and people upgrade the workshop to tier 3, then tier 4 eventually, and other things with it, you'll eventually make steel and you'll make whatever. But the main thing is the way that the crafting works in this game is that you'll be able to make steel tools that are way better than everyone else once steel becomes available. So if your engineering is like 150 and everyone else is like 100, then you'll make better tools and you'll be able to charge like 3 times more, 4 times more than everyone else. I mean, you might be able to sell them, you know, as inflation comes from people leveling up. Maybe you'll just sell them for like 1,000 gold a piece, 2,000 gold a piece, and things like that. I did that at the start for some money. That was some really good money, so feel free to do that one. It also levels your engineering while you're doing it, so it's, you know, not the worst thing ever. But then another insane one, and this is where I made obscene amounts of money. I actually probably made easily in the first month or two of the game, made like 1 million, 2 million coins, and I didn't even go hard at it. Would be jewelry. So you're gonna go to here and go to rings, and if you look at the rings, there just are no rings right now, unfortunately. I wonder if they can even be crafted yet at level 2 stations, actually. I'm kind of curious now, live while I'm recording this. But I just know what will happen is if you get your jewelry up, it's such a bitch to get jewelry up that you'll be able to make a ton of money. So, no, this only uses outfitting station tier 2, so literally nobody has even thought to make jewelry yet, mainly because it's a pain in the ass. But what will happen is you'll buy whatever gemstones you can find on the market for cheaper. People will charge a fortune at first. It'll come down. When you mine iron, you'll randomly find them too. So if you did the other thing I was talking about, you'll also get a bunch of gems slowly over time, and then you'll be able to use those into these amulets in order to make amulets to sell to the lower level players. People will go to the auction house and they literally just want them for the raw stats. So it'll come with like +3 strength or +4 whatever, you know, random stats. And you'd be surprised. People will pay a fortune for that. So, you know, so you'll be able to sell these if you're ahead of the curve for a few hundred, whatever. But the main thing is you want to be leveling your jewel crafting as fast as possible, because as soon as an outfitting station tier 3 becomes available, just like with the engineering, you want to be able to pop out those next amulets and rings and things, and you want them to be higher gear score and level than everyone else, and then you'll be able to charge a fortune for them. And then on my server in particular, back in the day, I was literally the first person on the server who had the ability to make pristine jewelry. So as soon as there was an outfitting station tier 5, I was making pristine jewelry for the endgame players, and I was selling these things for anywhere from 500 gold to 3,000 gold each. And I would just buy a bunch of gems, pop out a bunch of amulets and rings and things and sell them, and I was making like 5 times whatever I invested every single sale. And yeah, I would just go and craft a bunch, and then I would list a bunch, and then once as they sold, I'd list more, and then go craft some more, and then do them in batches and stuff. And I made like easily $1 million gold, and I just spent it back down to my professions. That was one of the ways I got 200 of all my professions so fast. So that's the other ginormous thing that you can do for money. Another big thing that you can do for money, and this is a lot easier now that all the auction houses, it's easier and harder now that the auction houses are all tied together, is and this is really important if you guys are newer to the game, would be buy and sell orders. So sell, it's pretty obvious, you sell things, but you can place buy orders for things. And green was obviously a terrible example because it's such a common item, but you can go to things like, I don't know, let's see, it's probably, the basic things are really bad for buy orders because everyone knows nowadays, but you can go in here and say, you can put a buy order and just overcut these guys, and then just keep an eye on it. If they overcut, you just overcut them again by a little bit and just keep going in a never-ending war with them. People do sell to these orders, by the way. Just over time, you'll get random, sales to you, and then you just turn around and sell them back for way more. It's like a basic concept that everyone who used to watch my channel a year ago knew because I made videos about this. But yeah, so be aware of buy orders. That's something else I did when I was playing the first month or two, and even to this day, I still do this one for money. But you can just, especially early on, people don't have a lot of money. A lot of people are busy leveling, so people aren't as anal about like getting down to the nitty gritty with buy orders and getting everything perfectly and just min-maxing it. So you can go through all sorts of things and just put in buy orders. I wonder if aged wood. I mean, I can do buy order on aged wood. I can do a buy order on anything. There literally are no buy orders for aged wood. So I'm going to just like throw one in here for like 0.05 and say I'll buy like 1,000 of them for 14 days. I don't know. Who gives a crap? It doesn't matter if it gets filled or not. I don't really care. But if it gets filled, I turn around and sell it and make money. So that's something else I did and made an obscene amount of money insanely fast on launch. Another thing that you can probably do, I know back in the day you could do it for money, only on launch though. And this is if you like, the other things I just said are too complicated for you. You want something simple? Just go pick up Flint. Just go pick up Flint and sell it because people are going to be using it to level their engineering. So at first, you'll be able to sell a crazy amount. Now, this looks like it's cheap, but you have to look at the amount available over here, and you'll see that there's not very much available, actually. So when someone like me comes through and goes, all right, I need some Flint, I'm going to be like, buy. I'm going to buy it all the way up to like 2 gold or something, and then level up my engineering 20 levels or whatever. So it's going to go in batches. It's going to sell in batches. So even Flint is a good one. But you can also, a good farming spot for Flint once you hit like level 25 or so is you can go down here. I don't know, they might have reworked this place, but there used to be a spot at the entrance, but I have no idea if it's still there. There was some crazy spot where Flint would spawn on top of itself forever, but I think they changed that whole zone, so I'm not 100% sure if that's even a thing anymore, but it could, maybe the spot's still there, the Flint spot, who knows. Another thing, now this one's not going to make you an obscene amount of money, but, feel free to do it. If you are leveling faster than everyone, then try to sell your armor in random leftover gear you don't use. It won't make you a ton of money, but you can only do it right now because once things get later on, nobody buys random garbage gear at lower levels, like never. It's so like uncommon, but even this is not a good way to make money. I just want to make sure that you're aware if you even want to sell this crap, you're going to either sell it at the start of a server or you never do it at all. Another thing to look at that can make a ton of money is bags. Everybody wants bags, man. Like, oh my god. I'll never forget crafting bags for my company, and everyone was always begging for bags, dude. It was so miserable. But bags will make money. Everyone wants them. They'll pay an arm and a leg for them, and if you're ahead of the curve and making the better bags before anyone else, I can't show you right now, but if you're making better bags before anyone else, you'll be able to sell them for an obscene markup, thousands and thousands of gold potentially, depending on what tier bags. But yeah, you have to do, people have to do PvP in order to get the material for it, the whatever token for each one. But you can buy them nowadays if someone else sells them. But also if you work together with people, like you have friends who are PvPing and they can, get them for you. Anyway, either way, the bags are just insane. So be aware, bags make crazy money. And the last thing to quickly mention is if you get ahead of everyone else on gathering resources, the first like 1 to 4 days, you can sell things for obscene markups. Like if you're the first guy on your server who can mine ore calcum, you're going to be able to sell that for so much money. I mean, it's like oil. It's day 1 right now. There's almost nobody who can even mine this crap. So if anyone's even going to buy it, they have to pay a fortune because there's, supply versus demand. Although there's not really demand because no one's crafting really with it yet. But, it's like if you're the first to resource, that's like a huge thing. So like, I don't know, first come, first serve on resources and making money on them. Also about that jewel crafting earlier, a quick thing. If you want to mine silver, there's a spot north of Everfall, like right here that you can mine silver. And also There's a crazy spot for mining silver just by this fast travel. There's tons of it through here, but a lot of it's contested in the early days of a server. But if you want to get silver, that's how I got mine up. I would mine it there, and I would also try mining it over here in order to get enough to bang out the, what is it, the bands and the settings and stuff for all my jewelry that I was making to start off. So yeah, silver, that's where you can get it. Also, if you're going to do it, now's the time. Collecting any resource and selling it. You know, all the basics are good now except for greenwood. So like fiber, mining iron, mining silver, probably not fishing, but getting random plants and things. Like right now at the start of a server, all that stuff's going to be way more profitable than any other point. So feel free to just run around and gather. Like now's your time, just gather random things and have fun and sell them. You'll make more money now than any other time in a server's lifespan. And that's the main thing. Those are the things that I did to get filthy stinking rich on actual launch the first time around, and I can tell you they worked like a charm. The biggest one again was jewelry. That one was just asinine, and then the bags were pretty crazy, and the tools were also really crazy. The tools though are a little bit harder. There's a lot more competition, people doing that. But even the tools, the first like week, I probably made like 200,000 coins selling tools or some asinine amount of money like that. But yeah, I'm telling you guys because I'm not going to do it this time around. I already did that once. I don't have any reason to make money. This time when I play, I'm just going to do PvP and stuff. So I just wanted to give you guys like, you know, all my secrets here of how to make a crap ton of money on launch. Because again, I just don't feel like doing it a second time. I've got my main character that has over 1 million coins of stuff, and that's just how it's going to be. So anyway, yeah. Hopefully this helped you out. I know it will if you actually believe and do it. I mean, I used to get in arguments with people where it's like I'd literally, you know, show them how to make money and they would say, no, you can't without even trying it, which was crazy. But yeah, if you do some of these things I'm talking about and there's not too many other people doing it, then you'll get filthy stinking rich. It's really easy. Like, it's crazy. I was the first person on my server with the Master Crafter title, getting 200 everything because of the money I made doing these things. So now you know how to get filthy stinking rich on the Fresh Start servers in New World.